and welcome to Stamp with Shel. My name is Shel Anderson and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Today we are going to be having a play with the Petal ParkBundle, and we're also going to be using with that the bow punch. Just trying to make my life simple. And I'm also using a greeting from the Happier Than Happy bundle. I wanted my card to say for you, and there's a greeting in here that says Happier Than Happy for you. I just selectively stamped the for you. We're also using a Misty Moonlight ink pad. All right, we are going to get started. Our card base today is Petal Pink, and I chose this color right out of the DSP that I used, which is the Regency Park 6x6 DSP pack. It is gorgeous. I had a little bend in my corner there. I had to flatten that out. All right, so I have a little strip of this DSP left over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some adhesive on that. And I am going to put that, let me bring in my silicone mat here just so I don't get glue all over everything. And I'm going to put that little strip right down the side to pretty up the inside of our card. We might as well use it as toss it. Now we'll bring in our paper snips and we will trim off the excess just like that. And now we can put this on the inside of our card. And just centering that up there. And there we go. Now we are going, I forgot a layer. I wonder if I can get that off. Maybe not. Got to be quick. I think I'm going to be lucky. There we go. I forgot. Usually I only put one layer on the inside, and for this card I decided to put a layer of Evening Evergreen in behind it. And I forgot to put it on. There we go. I wanted that little bit of pop, eh? So now we'll cover up all this mess that I made on the inside of the card. Oh boy. There we go. Very nice. Now we are going to set that aside. And I used the wrong one. As you can see, I have punched that. Just give me a second. I should have used this one on the inside. I need to cut another piece. Bear with me just a second. I'm just off camera here. Cutting another piece because I had pre-punched my bow punch out of here, and my intention was to put this in behind and you'd never see it. However, I grabbed the wrong piece, and we are going to be doing a technique on this front piece so it will be seen. So that's why I had to cut a second one. All right, so we're going to bring in our paper trimmer, and we are going to take this piece of beautiful DSP. And I'm just going to put it in the paper trimmer, something like that. It really doesn't matter how. I just want a little bit here and a lot here. Okay? And maybe not quite that much. Something like that. And we're going to slice it. And you're thinking, what is she doing? I promise you it'll all come together. All right. Now we are going to flip this piece. Check that out. And we're going to put this piece on like so. So we are going to put the large piece on first, and that will help us gauge where we need the little piece to be. This is a way for us to use up those beautiful DSP. Isn't that pretty? I love the pop with the dark. Now, if you don't want to do the flip that I'm doing, you don't have to. You can just put the DSP on. But I thought this was going to add a little bit of interest to this card, like so. All right, now I didn't have the right evening evergreen ribbon, so I took a marker and I colored it. And as you can see, it's still not dark enough. So we're going to get this has to be a Stampin' blend or you'll see the lines, okay? So we're just going to concentrate on the center part because that's all you're going to see. And we'll flip it over and do the other side again. All right. Now let's just give this a minute. I don't want it to bleed onto my card. It is an alcohol marker, so it will dry quickly. There we go. Now I'm going to grab some Scotch tape and grab a piece. Oh, it looks much better darker. And we're going to flip our card over. And I'm going to tape one side in place, like so. Flip it over and make sure it's in the right position. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this side. I find Scotch tape is the easiest. You can use tear and tape if you want as well. I just always have Scotch tape right on the side, and I find it's really easy. And if you need to reposition, you can. Oops, there's that little piece of tape I just cut off. All right, let's get rid of the Scotch tape. And I'm going to grab a glue dot just to tuck under so that this doesn't lift. I just want to make sure that the card looks really nice. Come on. There we go. There. Now I don't have to worry about that jumping out of place. All right. Now, see how that pops? Isn't that beautiful? All right. Now, there is the For You greeting that I selectively stamped prior to the video. And I am just going to layer that on a wee piece of evening evergreen. And then I'm just going to take my snips and trim it up. There we go. There's my greeting. And I've pre-stamped and punched a couple of little flowers. And then I also have the bow punch. I thought it would be kind of nice to have some greenery in here. And I figured that the bow punch would be the easiest. Now, before we do that, let's go to our embellishments. If I can get them in here and see what I'm going to use for embellishments on here. I'd like to have something the color of that mango, but I don't think I have anything. These might work. These might work. Now, let me try one, and we'll put it on the card and see. What do you think? That looks okay, doesn't it? I think so. I am going to use them. Just like that. Those are the solid faceted gems. No, those ones wouldn't have worked. Too dark. All right, so we have sparkly centers, which is good. Now, let's bring in our adhesive silicone mat and figure out what we're going to do with these flowers. I think what I'm going to do first off the hop is cut these down. Now we can go this way and have just a little bit, or we can go this way and have a lot. I think I like this better. So let me trim this one up. And we will get those glued onto our flowers. So I just want to put my fingers here and make sure that I don't go, oops, let's get my glue going here, that I don't go past where the flower is going to sit. Like so. Move it around a little bit. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Just put some adhesive down and around, and then I'm going to sit that flower in place. All right, now I have one unit that I have to work with instead of a whole bunch. All right, I'm going to put this flat on my card. No, I'm not. I'm going to use dimensionals because of what's happening back here. Forgot about that. We're going to trim these off and toss those, and then we're going to grab some dimensionals. Oh, I have some right here. I have them all over the place. And that should just about do that. We'll remove those backings and get our card in place. Now you could do it up at the top if you wanted, or down at the bottom. I'm going to choose the bottom. Maybe. Trying to get it even here. It's giving me a bit of grief. There we go. All right, now we need some more dimensionals for the back of these. I'm not going to take the backings off of these. I'm just going to play with the layout a little bit. I'm thinking I want this up here. And these flowers somewhere on the front, like something like that. Oh, let's do the leaves down in that pink. Oh, that's better. I kind of like that. I think I'm going to glue this one flat. And then I'll pop the other one up on dimensionals. Because those leaves are going to go down into the pink and on that ribbon. And then this one will pop up and overlap it a bit, just to add some interest. And then I'm going to play with the ends of those petals a bit to give them a little bit of lift. And all we have left to do is pop our greeting on here. Have another idea. See if I can lift this off. No, we're committed here. There we go. I'm going to rip the DSP. We have it all decorated inside, so we'll save these little leftover leaves to put in our bits box for another project. And there we have our card. I think it needs a little sparkle. So I'm going to grab my Wink of Stella. And I am going to color the flowers. When I say color, I mean sparkle. I'm going to leave the leaves alone and just touch each of the flower petals with the Wink of Stella to add some shimmer and sparkle to our card. And I think that will just about do it. I think I'm going to do these flowers as well. Oh, that really adds a lot to this card. I love it. Now, if you don't have this paper, you need to order this paper before the end of April because it is on the retiring list. If you have a floral paper or any paper, you can easily duplicate this card with what you have in your stash. I hope that the camera is picking up that gorgeous sparkle. I'm hoping. It's hard for me to tell in the little screen that I have, but I think you can see the gist of it. In person, this is beautiful. All right. My challenge to you folks this week is to recreate this card using what you have. If you don't want to do it with a floral, if you want to do it with apple paper and an apple embellishment, you go for it. I'd love to see what you come up with. Have a great week. Bye-bye for now.